Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
All right, and we're recording again. God damn it.
We probably just
Shit.
lost the best, maybe three of our best riffs ever.
Yeah, three of our
Opening
best
this
riffs in that
podcast.
opening 15 seconds until we realized Nick's mic was not on.
My mic wasn't on.
God, what fucking rubes we are.
Well, this is the last episode of Coward Hour.
It's
because
true.
I think that I've demonstrated that I'm not responsible enough to be on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who's going to replace you. I guess just whatever person makes eye contact with me first at an open mic.
And you're going to force them to be on your podcast?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it's like someone who's never done comedy before. It doesn't matter if it's like a professional comedian.
This would be like the great, like the third installment in like the Taxi Driver trilogy. Like there's Taxi Driver, King of Comedy,
And then podcast.
you doing this to someone.
Hell yeah. Man, there is eventually going to be like a shitty podcast movie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess the close Tusk was kind of a podcast
Tusk was kind
movie.
of, if I'm being completely honest, I just was in a video conference today to be, not a podcast movie, but a 30-minute pilot about people who is actually, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's funny. Basically, I'm being
Yeah, you're gonna play Mark Maron. It's like the show Maron, but you know, it's you instead.
Well, he cast me as a guy. Like, he says the character is just like it's this guy who just he said, and he doesn't know anything about me, but he's like, yeah, you're basically this guy. He gets kicked out of his previous apartment for not being able to pay rent, and he just likes to start fights with people all the time. Like he just walks in the room and like insults people, and then like,
Damn, and he didn't write this for you.
no, he wrote it for me, not knowing. Like, he wrote it for me because he's seen me. I think he saw me in, like, Robert Benver's videos and stuff, and he's like, you seem like you're funny on camera. And I knew this guy, like, back in Maryland. But he's never been in close quarters with me to know that that this is going to be a perfect fit.
Yeah. Damn, yeah. So, Nick, I wrote in this long monologue about how the Earth is dying and it's very important to own
that's
guns.
true. That's not that. Listen, I can be a stinker about a lot of things. That's something we need to take seriously. The Earth is there's frost quakes in Chicago. That's not supposed to happen.
That sounds so fun, though. That sounds whimsical. Frost quakes.
That's the last thing Chicago needs.
If they're coming up with new weather, I'm on board.
No, Brandon, because new weather is shit like it's stuff like clouds somehow clouds are on fire now.
Boy, what a gas that sounds like.
I don't think so.
What a damn adventure.
Maybe we could stop it. but
I mean,
won't.
we should stop it.
We should
but
stop
if
it.
it's gonna happen, we may as well enjoy it. I mean,
You're right. That's where I keep like flipping back and forth.
you know that line of reasoning has been applied problematically to other topics in the past, but on this one, I think just kind of lay back and enjoy the death of the Earth.
I think you're right. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm all about. Thank you for reason. You know what the problem is? I've been reading the news, and the news has
You
been
got to stop reading the news, Nick.
I forgot that I love this.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the end of the world.
You're the man who 6 months ago you were cheering on the fact that the mountain was on fire, like out the window, and then now all of a sudden you're in the chat all day. Like, I think the first Reformed movie is actually going to be my life now.
I do think that I want to do something about it. I'm just starting to be like, what do I do? But you know what's so funny?
We gotta get guns so that we can shoot the weather when it comes.
That is my idea of contribution. Because I'm literally like, I feel I'm a comedian. I feel like I'm not contributing. So then my mind immediately goes to, like, suicide vest. That would be something.
Suicide vest. If we ever have a Patreon, that's got to be like one of the tiers. Is like, past a certain amount, we will build a vest.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is it. I thought that was just the name. I was like, no, we'll mail people these vests, dude.
We'll mail them out.
We'll mail out suicide vests.
No, my idea was like, it's like $1,000 a month, we build the vest. $1,500 a month, we don't use the vest. So they have like 24 hours to get it over the hump.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait to fucking just destroy a public building with you, dude.
Yeah.
For the cast.
And most importantly, ourselves.
For ourselves. Yeah,
No. Destroy ourselves.
Destroy ourselves. Oh, yeah.
First and foremost.
Yeah, I mean, It's gonna be great because just think how many downloads we're gonna get after our crime.
It's gonna be after the big crime.
After the big crime. You know, like if you look over your shoulder at my whiteboard, you see where it just says the crime.
The crime. Yeah, it's all these very sad goals, and then just in large red marker, the crime.
The goals aren't that sad. Come on now.
Yeah, but compared to the crime, they
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
a little bit minuscule.
You're right. The crime is gonna be so grand.
Yeah,
It's gonna be romantic in its own way. I
Oh,
feel. What do you think we're gonna? We're gonna have?
You know that I romanticize crime.
I know it's a damn treat. I'm excited to pick out my crime outfit.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you think like the Columbine kids that morning? Do you think they were like in the mirror primping?
yeah, I do.
Come on, gotta look tough. We got Uzis. What did they wear again?
Everyone thinks they wore trench
They
coats, but
didn't, I
they
know
didn't.
that.
That's the whole thing. Is like they didn't. If you look at them in that video, they look kind of shabby.
Yeah. You would really expect a school shooter to be like the kid who wears a suit to high school.
Yeah, you
That
would.
would make sense. Is like he comes in just like full Matrix.
Yeah, that would be sick. Actually, man, I was talking. I can't remember what the fuck we were talking about. School shooters.
Yeah. What about like a steampunk guy who like has a flintlock rifle that he shoots up the school with?
That would be fucking amazing. Yeah, because now at this point, like school shooting is really like hack. You have to figure out how to make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, because it's kind of like it's like Netflix specials. Just there's always a new one coming out.
Yeah, there's like
you gotta have like a
50
theme.
this year.
Yeah, you gotta have your own message that you're doing. Like some people, they're trying to do like anti-school shootings where they don't even shoot any bullets; they just wave the gun around.
Yeah, and people are just like, this sucks. This is self-important. It's not.
They're like, come on, at least get a teacher or something.
Oh man, speaking of romantic, I want to tell you about an incredible crime that I heard about.
Yes,
So
please
I
do.
got last week. Me and Tom got dinner with this kid from Baltimore, Matt Harry. He listens to the podcast. He's a great kid, and he might be moving out here. And I don't want to say his friend's because it's not my story to tell, so I'm not going to say his friend's name. But his friend was there. His friend comes from like a family of like 10 children or something, but like half of them are like adopted.
Too many.
And three of them are adopted Down syndrome. So like they did it on purpose. Which is it's insane to bring it's insane to bring like a life sentence into your family on purpose. No, I'm not being mean. You have to take. I've got like two cousins.
no, yeah.
You have to take care of them.
I'm
forever.
sorry, I didn't mean to shrink away. That was
No.
rude of me.
And he loves them.
Bold
right?
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And but he was telling me he's like my one sister has Down syndrome. He's like we had to break her and her boyfriend up because he also has Down syndrome. He's like because I guess they're like in their 30s. They're like they decided they wanted to have sex, and we told them that they couldn't. But then we were like, oh fuck, we can't stop them. He's like it just wouldn't be a good idea if they had sex. He's like, and then it ended up working out because her boyfriend got arrested. her boyfriend with Down syndrome got arrested for robbing a 7-Eleven with a dinner knife. Which at that, if you're working at a 7-Eleven and a Down syndrome guy comes in and successfully robs you, you take his place. He gets to have your life. You're going back to special educate. Like, but
Damn. I mean, let them fuck too. I mean,
no, because they'll get
no, they won't. They're sterile.
Are people with Down syndrome sterile?
Yeah, people with Down syndrome can't get pregnant.
Is that true?
Yeah, because the chromosomes and everything, it's all messed up. So,
I think they just would probably have like a very fucked up baby.
but we would hear about that, wouldn't we? Because like,
No, I think that the
it would
people
be like
don't let them.
you
do
know
it.
that like that thing from like folklore where like if you're a seventh son of a seventh son, you have some sort of like mystical importance.
Is that about retards?
That's what I'm imagining now is like when a retard sires a retard, he like compounds and he's like intensely strong.
That's amazing. But the best thing about this whole robbery is when the guy behind the counter was like, "What do you want?" He was like, "Give me that bag of Skittles. Give me one bag of Skittles."
One bag
and then walked out with his Skittles and his dinner knife and was arrested like 10 minutes later. But you know that he was like 2 blocks down. She's like, the perfect wine.
Damn.
So,
A
yeah.
butter knife. I mean, why did that guy even call the cops? If I was working at 7-Eleven
Yeah, exactly.
and a man with Down syndrome robbed me with a butter knife, I would be like, don't come back.
Well, but I guess because it's on camera, right? I guess you have to call the police.
I guess.
Or honestly, if that happened to me, I'd be like, yeah, take the Skittles out of my paycheck. But then the problem is, you know how confident Down syndrome people get. Like
Yeah.
the minute you give them one, they're like, I guess I own this fucking 7-Eleven. He would come back.
I guess I'm the manager now.
He would come back every day with a different blunt utensil and demand more candy.
Yeah.
He would just think that he was like that guy. Yeah, he would think
Yeah.
that he was
Well,
big
the
shit.
next time he would come, he'd be like, well, I don't even need the butter knife.
People with Down syndrome will bully the shit out of you, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you put them in their place.
I remember there was this
That's not
this kid in my high school. His name was Mark, but we called him Batman. And the reason we called him
Horse.
the reason we called him Batman is because he had something fucked up going on with his neck where he couldn't turn it.
Yeah, yeah.
He had like a very wide neck, so he looked like he was in like
The Michael Keaton, like
yeah,
Tim
in the
Burton
Michael
Batman.
Keaton Batman suit where he has to turn his entire torso to face you. So he was like that, but also he would stop crime. Where like if you were running in the hallway, he would like chase you until he turned you into a teacher.
But is that because you started calling him Batman?
I don't think we called him Batman to his face. We were shitty, but we weren't that mean.
He had to know. I'm sure that he knew, dude. And that's probably
knew.
why he was like, oh, yeah? And he
Well-
started fucking stopping crime.
It was so funny because it was him and this kid Jonathan, and the aide was a woman, and they were in our gym class.
Yeah.
Because the way that it worked in my high school is if you were in band or chorus, they would put you in a special gym with also all the retarded kids.
Yes.
so it's just one big.
I know this deal.
Yeah, one big island of misfit. It was like retarded kids, people with broken legs, and like theater nerds.
Right.
So we're all in the same gym class, and their aide couldn't come in with them into the boys' locker room. So I guess the understanding was that we were supposed to like come tell her if something was going on,
Right.
but there was no controlling these kids. So like, I remember one time I was sitting on the toilet taking a shit, and I looked down, and Batman has just slid on his back like he's working on a car under the stall, and he's just looking in my eyes. Like, I don't know how long he had been there, but I looked down, I'm just like, ah, and he goes, ah!
That is.
And I didn't know what to do. I'm just like, get out of here, shoot.
That's, that's literally like from the Goonies, dude. Like when he sees Sloth and they both just start screaming.
Yeah.
That always,
Yeah.
dude. That always fucking pissed me off about the. It's another thing. Like at the end of the Goonies, like that kid just pawns Sloth off on his parents. Like, God, thanks, son. It's just like they go and try him to get inspected by the doctor. The doctor's like, you can't just eat Baby Ruth. He kills the doctor. Like, it's just like,
Yeah, he's a monster.
he's a life. Thank you for this life sentence. Thank you, Chunk.
Damn. I'm so terrified if I have a kid, because like my juice can't be strong. I got weak juice, I'm sure. What if I go ahead and make myself a life sentence?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, look, when it comes down to it, if I had I just spent.
I mean, I'm sure I'd love.
of
him
course,
or her,
no, of
but-
course. Well, no, because I can speak callously, but I'm like, I also just dropped $1,500 on my retarded cat. So like,
Yeah.
you know, it's tough. It's a
If
tough
I have a
call.
son with Down syndrome, can I say retard again?
Um,
Can I be like, it's actually our word, and like point at my son?
yeah, I think so because you're you're responsible for it.
yeah.
I don't know. This is
I'm gonna be like the Milo of like parents of people with Down syndrome,
just yeah. that
just like
you-
the bold contrarian.
he's amazing.
What a guy!
What a fucking guy. I can't even dive too deep.
It's funny that he managed to get canceled as a conservative. Like all he had to do was not be a pedophile.
Oh, is he a pedophile? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got the reason he got deplatformed, I think it was like a combo of he was like retweeting people who were calling Leslie Jones an ape or something.
Yeah, that was bad.
Which is bad. I'll give you that. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But also like he was writing that book and like passages leaked from it where like I guess he's become such a contrarian, or he probably just is a pedophile. But he wrote this passage about how like it's homophobic to like expect the same age of consent consistency between straight people and gay people, and like in gay culture, it's like an important like bonding. thing. It's
Dude,
all right, dude, Jesus Christ.
Here's what's weird about him. He also is like a Catholic who says that like being gay, it's so like it doesn't even make sense because he's like traditional marriage is better and traditional values are better. He's like if I wasn't gay, he's like I wish I was straight, but I'm not. So because he's not straight, he has these orgies with like the way he says these are his words. This is like orgies with like 9 black dudes or whatever. It does like I don't know, but then he also doesn't think he was born gay. He's like Michael, where he thinks that something happened to him.
I love Michael's gay theories.
Dude, Milo also posits that being gay is a choice. Hey, what? Fuck that guy. Really, fuck that guy. Just because like he didn't pick a lane.
You got to pick a
All
lane.
I want is consistency.
It's true.
Also, that's also fuck that guy for bigger reasons than he didn't pick. Let me clarify. Fuck that guy for
Look,
many legitimate reasons.
If you're gonna be a pedophile, at least be honest.
yeah, honestly, yes.
Yeah, really. I mean, we talk a lot on this podcast about taking down the pedophile elite.
But if they just came and said, "All right, we're sorry," I'd be like, "That's all you had to do.
yeah,
That's all you had to say."
you know, like, or if it was just like the purge, like if we limited it to like one day a year, and we know when it's happening, and I can protect my own kids and stuff, and
Oh, I misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you were saying there was a day out of every year where we were all going to kill the pedophile. No. This is a purge. This is for the pedophiles.
it's for them.
for them to just get it out of their system.
What are we gonna just? What? They're just gonna not fuck kids at all, Nick? Don't be naive.
That would be. I'm being rude. I'm infringing on their lifestyle.
It's true. You're kink shaming them.
I know. It's crazy how many people are probably pedophiles.
It's true. Let's count them.
No,
Yeah, you're right. We got to stop doing
we have to
this.
stop doing that. It's crazy. It's probably it is upsetting. Sometimes I'll realize how much I care about it more than anything else, and I'm like, I gotta stop.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to figure something
Because
out.
I imagine like the one dude listening to this podcast who's just like cleaning a rifle on his coffee table.
Oh yeah.
Like the kids are gone, his wife is gone. All he has is just like 2 old kick-ass analog speakers,
Hell yes.
and he has his phone plugged into him.
Are you describing a solitary man?
I'm describing a solitary man.
The most dangerous kind of man.
The most dangerous, just a Paul Schrader ass man
Dude.
who listens to us, and we radicalize him further and further every week. And eventually, like
That would be cool.
he's just like some dude
I
in
would love
Nebraska or something. But then suddenly he's just like, you know what? Like he starts caring about what kind of comedy is on television. We're just like,
Yeah, we
put weird like priorities in him.
he's a Pizzagator who is like also he's like this fucking Nanette thing sucks. Those are the 2 things that he cares about.
Yeah, he starts because we get him on like conspiracy theories, like Pedo Gate, Hillary Clinton,
Yeah.
and then by the end of it, he's just like, yeah, there's not enough white men on television, not on television, on like alt shows in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what he's upset about.
Yeah.
He's like he's gonna stop the Clintons, and then when he's done with that, he's gonna stop Hari Kondabolu. That's his goal board. Just like the Clintons and Hari Kondabolu in big red marker.
Damn, this is such a cool culture we're building.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that we have to. Oh no, I didn't tell you that yet.
What?
There's an episode that we have to go back with one of our guests that we have to delete because she's going to be directing a movie this year.
Okay.
So
Yeah, well, good for
I
her.
love that we already have, but a part of me is just like cool. Like we're dangerous.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be. That's the goal. Is even if nothing happens for us, just that we have to delete a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of famous people on who people will actually never even know that we talked to because we have to delete them the minute they get famous. So it's just like this. It's not even a time capsule
Yeah.
for us.
And then one day we'll get famous and we'll delete ourselves, not the podcast. We're gonna one bullet through both our heads.
Yeah, you keep. I think that's gay. You keep talking about doing it like that. I don't like that.
No, I mean we're not touching. That would be gay.
Is the bullet going to go through both of our heads if we're not touching?
It's gonna be a really strong gun.
Okay.
We're gonna be standing side by side.
All right.
It's not like we're gonna be like hugging.
When we get to it, it's fine. If I have any issues, then I'll bring it up. But
Fine.
I'm skeptical.
We'll both shoot through our own heads at each other.
It would be sick if the bullets like fucking dinked off each other.
Or no, here's what we do. We're gonna duel, but like we square off, And then someone goes, draw. And then we both pull out a gun. I shoot through the back of my head at you.
Right.
And I try to hit you before you can shoot through your own head at me.
It would be amazing if we had like a duel, like a standoff like that, and we just like killed ourselves, but then like like our dead bodies just on the ground, and then just like Ennio Morricone trumpets just like played for 3 minutes over our motionless bodies, like just absolutely motionless.
I mean, just like blood slowly pooling in the dirt
Yeah,
as like a full credits rolls.
that's a great movie.
Just like triumphant strings.
Oh,
Just
man.
like camera zooms in as I piss myself in my death.
that happens when you die, doesn't it? You void your bowels.
Yeah, I think you shit yourself.
but
like,
not always. I don't.
yeah,
think.
not all. I mean, I'd imagine if I died and I was like gonna have diarrhea later that day, I imagine that would come out. But like when you die, does your body push out a full turd?
Here's what I think, dude. I think that maybe so this makes me think, because is everything just relaxed? Does that mean that like your intestine is actually always tensed?
Yeah.
Like, are you unconsciously keeping it tense? Or we're so stupid. I'm sure this is another thing where people are like, no.
Yeah, maybe like most of the calories that you burn in a day is just you holding in from shitting yourself.
I don't think I went that far. That's a bold.
Yeah.
thing
So
to
if you
posit.
want to lose weight, you just hold in shits as long as you can. 'Cause,
Okay.
It's basically like your rectum is making a fist.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can eat more sloppy foods to increase your gains.
Do you have no? I can't. There are so many bits that I want. Like, I want to follow you, and I'm just like, I just don't even know.
Look, Nick, this is my belief.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go against your beliefs.
It's true. You have to respect my beliefs.
Yeah, I am trying to respect your belief. You should just start doing that. You should just start leading your life on these weird ass beliefs that you throw out on the podcast.
Yeah, I probably should. I mean, my life can't get worse, I don't think.
No, your life's good right now.
It's okay.
It's getting better.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than it's been, certainly.
You have a legion of weirdos that harass women for you online.
Oh yeah, don't do that again, please.
Please don't do that again.
Please don't.
Because I'm gonna be on that show on Monday. So
Yep.
please don't do it again.
I had fun.
Oh, it looks fun. It looks
Yeah.
fun.
It is fun because I mean, she'll cut it out, but you can say whatever you want. You
I
can
know.
derail it.
Yeah, she got and I totally get it because it's frightening to encounter our fans for the first time.
Yeah.
But she
just,
said,
I mean, I appreciate everyone who listens to this podcast. I appreciate you interacting with me and with other people that we interact with online. Please don't, if I collaborate with women again, please don't DM them to ask if they've fucked me.
Yeah.
Because they haven't.
and don't
They
leave-
almost, they 100% have not.
Yeah, if you ever see me working with like a woman and it's like I haven't fucked that person.
Yeah, absolutely
That's
not.
like a prerequisite.
Yeah, I will never fuck anyone again who has a Twitter account.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck some woman. Like, ideally, she wakes up from a like. Here's what I want: is hold on, no, I was about to say like she's been in a coma for like 15 years. Then I realized like, oh, well, then she would have the mind
I was
of a
about to say,
5-year-old.
You want a woman who has the mind of a child.
Damn, did you hear about this? My coworker was telling me, basically like It's exactly like Kill Bill almost, but there was this lady who she's been in a coma for like 20 years or something.
Awesome.
And then she just gave birth. And everyone's like, what the fuck happened? So, like,
Was the baby? Does the baby make it?
the baby made it. Yeah, the baby's like,
What kind of? Oh, I guess they've got you hooked up to like nutrients when you're.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. Yeah.
So when she was telling me that, I'm like, one of those janitors is not showing up to work tomorrow. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they could DNA test that shit, right?
well, they did. They like apparently DNA tested everyone. I guess they got like a warrant or something. Everyone who works there had to like turn in their DNA.
Did they think that a woman in a coma couldn't get pregnant?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, like, if you're fucking people in a coma,
Do you know what's
like
so funny?
You're definitely a retard.
Here's the funniest thing: you fuck that woman in the coma, and then like a couple months later, you come into the room and you see that her belly's gotten a little bit. You're like, oh. You're just like,
yeah, you're just like, all right. I guess I'm just gonna come in and mop like normal. Like,
you're just
What-
like
why would you-
sweating it out as it gets bigger over there. You're like, oh.
Yeah, like what kind of a loser do you have to be that like you can't just get a different job and like try to ride it out? He's like, well, I mean, this is good benefits. I mean, I'm gonna need this job when I have that kid. So.
I mean, yeah. What's the punishment there? Well, I guess I forgot that that's rape. I guess
Oh yeah, it's an
So the pu-
extraordinary punishment.
because I was about to be my stupid brain. I was especially like, well, you just make him raise the kid. That's- all right, Mister, clean up your mess. But no, I forgot that he raped a sleeping woman. He's a rapist,
Yeah.
and there should be the punishment for that should
I mean-
be more severe.
Also, arguably, like if you've been in a coma for 15 years, you are dead.
Yeah, do you think so?
I mean, that woman's never you don't wake up from comas.
I guess my understanding of comas comes strictly from romantic comedies.
Nah.
Where people can be in comas for like 7 years and like they're fine.
No, this was like a Terry Schiavo ass. Like parents definitely really religious.
So life support. Is that you can never wake up from a coma after that long?
I mean,
I think that you can. I think it's different than life support.
I guess you can, but like it never happens. It like almost never happens. Like people are in comas for like 6 weeks, and that's like a long time.
I will say, I think that TV and movies made me think that being in a coma wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Same with like getting bonked on the head. You think like, oh, amnesia, and then
Yeah.
now I'm like, fuck. I wish I didn't have these concussions.
Yeah. That's not good
Yeah, you're not supposed to have any concussions.
at all.
You'd think like, oh, everyone gets 3.
You've been racking up concussions.
Yeah. And then I thought about like how many people I saw get concussions like in my childhood and I didn't even like think about it.
Really?
Yeah. Like I remember one time I just pushed my little brother off the bed and he like fell neck first. That was probably pretty bad.
You
I think
gave your little brother a concussion?
Yeah, I think we were like 6 or something. I think I like somehow got him to not tell my mom.
Brendan, what the fuck, dude? That's not good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not. No judgment. I'm sure.
Should I have not said
No,
that?
no. It's your brother. No, nobody. You're allowed to do that to your brother when
Yeah,
you're
that's
6.
that's part of being a kid, right? Is
just
you're
like Lena Dunham was allowed
Yeah.
to shove rocks up her sister's pussy when she was 4.
Yeah, just to be clear,
Whatever
I
it
never
is.
put anything in my little brother's pussy.
No, I think it's.
I remember
fine.
this
I'm
other
kidding.
time I double bounced him off the bed and he fell down and he broke his arm, but we were in the Bahamas at the time. So there was
Oh.
like no American no like
That's not even illegal.
he had to go to some mud hut to get his like to get his arm fixed. I assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was 6. I don't really remember the trip.
That's hilarious.
I
That's
re-
awesome, dude.
Yeah, I do remember this cuz that was the only time I ever like for some reason I think my grandma like paid for all of us to go to the Bahamas or something. When I was like real little and like this is how unaware of the world I was and still am. I think we were like on a bus and we went by like the places that the locals lived
Mm-hmm.
and I pointed them out and I thought they were like fun playhouses and I wanted one.
Oh no.
And I was like, I want one of those for our yard for me to do games in.
Probably because you probably looked at like where they lived and you're like, that probably costs $100 American, like a child's toy.
Yeah. That probably costs about what the Game Boy in my pocket cost.
You just show, like they didn't have cars. They all just drove around those like those electric Barbie cars, like the Barbie convertibles. That's how everyone in the Bahamas gets around.
Yeah, it's all toys.
Yeah. Man, I've never been to the Bahamas.
I
I've always wanted to go.
I don't think I would enjoy like a Caribbean vacation now as an adult because I'm not like a huge beach guy.
Right.
But I should leave the country not as a child. Pardon me, as a child,
Yeah, I've been thinking about leaving the country a lot.
like forever.
Yeah. Why would I come back?
Yeah, a classic, the classic artist's escape.
Yeah.
Perry.
Perry.
Yeah,
Where they're fast and loose.
they are fast and loose.
Yeah, I'd hang out with Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to.
Yeah, let's go to Paris. Like, isn't there a stand-up scene like starting now?
I know that
So it's like
there's
the 80s over there.
Gad Emla. There's like that. Is Ismo? I don't know. I know there are all these comics who come over here who are like French. Here's the weird thing.
Gad's a joke thief, right? He just got called out.
Is he a joke thief? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked because. Sorry.
I think part of what they do is like they steal jokes from comedy that hasn't been translated. So like
Oh.
like people over there have like never seen Carlin or anything.
Right, well, that's the whole thing. Is like their comedy. There's something about comedy in English, and this is gonna sound racist, but it's not. Comedy
I'm excited.
in non-English speaking countries is like 10 years behind us. It feels like 80s and 90s comedy. The same way I was talking to this guy when I first got out here. I met him at an open mic. He was like, "Yeah, there's Comedy Central in Mexico. Like, there's like a Comedy Central television station in Mexico, but they literally like they put people on TV who are like telling bar jokes, which is like crazy. I don't know like." I guess just because like stand up is first and foremost an American thing, like that specific
Yeah.
art form of
Also,
comedy.
like, I mean, stand up evolves because the audience has seen comedy before.
Yes, exactly.
Where,
So
like,
things get played out.
Yeah, certain comedians like don't work if you're not kind of familiar with comedy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, plenty of stuff, but like the first example that came to my head is like you can't sit someone down and be like, "All right, here's your first comedy special," and it's like Stuart Lee.
Stuart Lee,
You
or
have
like
no idea what was happening.
even some shit like Zach Galifianakis, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's like playing on like your notions.
Deconstructing the format and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also because people who aren't from America have smaller brains, and you can tell by the bumps on their skull.
It's-
If you skin anyone who's not American, the minute you look at their skeleton, you can tell that they have very primitive heads.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can tell because you open up the skull and there's extra bone in there. There's like 6 extra inches of bone.
Yes.
And the brain is a tiny peanut in the center.
Yeah. Anytime
And also, you can't kill them. They're very strong. You shoot them in the head, it bounces off.
Anytime you skin somebody who's not American, just take solace in the fact that it's completely legal. If they weren't born on this soil, you can skin them, you can look at their bones.
It's true. Well, you have to legally prove that a dog could outwit them. Because a dog is the golden standard for what's a person and what's an animal.
Right.
If you're less intelligent than even an above average dog, you're fucking toast, dude.
Hilarious. I just want to go up to like a Swiss person and like pretend to throw a ball. And they like go for it, and I'm like, I get to kill you.
Yeah, it's true.
I get to eat your meat.
You get to crack them open with a hammer. A Swede. This bit feels less racist if it's a white foreigner.
Oh, so my choice was so deliberate.
Yeah. Yeah, plus the Swedes are like overly tall and rich.
Yeah,
Really,
the
we're
Swedes
punching
need to
up.
be taken. Are they Swedes? I never know. I'm so stupid. I don't even know like where states are. Like if you, I don't know like what states are in the middle of the country and what states are on the East Coast. Like I don't know where the fuck Connecticut or Vermont is. I thought Connecticut was in like the Midwest.
It is not.
Okay, well, but I
Damn, your education was so bad.
No, I think I truly just don't have a. What's weird is I have a good sense of direction. I always know where I'm going, like in terms of like orienting myself.
You know, spiritually.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but I never.
You leave your shell and you ascend to the plane. You astral project. You know where things are.
Yeah, oh, I've been there, dude. But I've never understood maps. I've never been able to like get a memory of where things are. I don't know why, but
Probably it's some sort of tumor in there.
I have a lump on the back of my neck actually that I've been feeling today. That I'm just like, all right, it's nuts.
Let me see it.
Come around. Well, I've got like a scab back there, but it's
All right, here I'm taking the mic with me. Hold on. Ooh, this is exciting. Our first physical bit.
I think it's benign, but it did show. Do you feel it's? I'm putting. So that's it right there. You see it? Can you see anything?
May I touch
Yeah,
it?
touch it. Touch it. Touch right there.
That's very interesting. That's probably gonna be one of those like they open it up. There's a bunch of hair and teeth in there.
Like I ate my twin. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Anytime there's like extra hair or teeth, that means that you absorbed a twin in the womb.
Yeah, if I had to guess one of my friends who I'd say ate their twin, you'd be near the top.
Don't tell
most
me
likely.
that. I know people with borderline. I don't know. I was gonna say people with borderline eat their twins, but that's not. I just know 2 people with borderline who both had like twin tissue in them that had to be taken out.
Damn, that rules.
Yeah.
What a cool theory.
I knew this one person who like she had like this abscess like on her inner thigh. Not abscess, it was like a bump. And she went to go have it removed, and it took like, and I guess they numbed it, and it took way longer. So like she had like a podcasting or whatever, and like finally after an hour, she's like, "What was all that?" He's like, "It was hair and breast tissue and a little bit of an eye."
oh my god.
So, or like eye tissue. It wasn't like a half-formed eye, but like
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Imagine you're deep in the pussy and you see a damn eye looking at you.
yeah, you're eating a damn puss because you are an ally.
Yeah, it's true.
And you come out for air, and you see like the baby from fucking I don't know.
You just see like the eye at the top of a pyramid looking at you.
Yeah. You hear whispering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Man, I hate when I hear the language of a dead god from deep within the pussy. There is nothing that burns me up like the ghost of my ancestors.
There's a
all
Stephen,
up in the guts.
there's a Stephen King book all about that. It's actually one of his
The
better
haunted.
books.
That would
No.
That would be like a real Stephen King book. The haunted pussy.
Oh, don't go near it. Ah.
Yeah, Stephen King must be a Volcel.
The way he writes about sex, I mean, I do a whole bit about this, but the way he writes about sex is very sus. And he spends a lot of time like describing what the penis is doing, and then like it seems like he's just like stabbing in the dark when it comes to like how the woman feels.
I assume she likes it.
Yeah, it's great.
Man, did you like do like scholarly research on the pussy as a teen?
What do you mean?
Like I don't know, I would read like a lot of careful articles about like how to eat pussy and how to finger girls and watch videos.
We've talked about this. No, I didn't do this. This is a crazy thing that you did.
This can't be that crazy.
You watched weird instructional videos where girls wore like nice gloves and fingered other girls. and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, you know.
That's weird.
And I think it helped. I don't know. The problem is that I have such long dry spells that any sort of skill I build up, it's not like riding a bike. It goes completely out the window by the next time I fuck.
Really,
Because I do 1 year on, 2 years off with fucking for the most part in my life.
really.
Yeah, not exactly those numbers, but like I'll fuck a couple people. It'll be like 6 months to a year or whatever, pretty consistent. And then something will happen to my confidence where everything just wildly falls off for like ever.
Yeah.
Like I haven't fucked in almost a calendar year.
Damn.
And I mean that
I did that.
Yeah. That's moving to LA also, but that's not the first time this has happened.
Yeah. You know what? So this is gonna sound terrible. The only time I feel truly confident about like hitting on women and like fucking is when I have a girlfriend.
That is bad.
It's bad.
Pretty bad.
It's why my relationships keep ending.
Because you cheat on them.
That's the only. Well, not anymore. It's why now I just don't get into relationships. But it's like it's why my good relationships would end because I would be like, oh, my girlfriend loves me. I'm very desirable. I guess I'm a hot market item. But no, I just like she'd been dating me and she trusted me and she trusted me and loved me, and so I was like, yeah, I'm like a swinging dick.
I must be a 10.
Yeah, so
It's not
stupid.
that this one loves me.
Despite it's not that this one loves
Despite
me.
my many flaws.
Despite my, 11, 12 flaws, glaring flaws.
Yeah. Despite the absolute blaring alarms going off.
Yeah.
Anytime your dick comes out of your pants.
And then when I'm don't go crazy. It's not like the alarms that go off have nothing to do with my dick.
All right, yeah, it's more like when you're squared off across the table from them at like a dinner.
Yeah, I would say that is when the most red flag should be going off with me. I don't know why anybody has ever slept with me. When I seriously think about like. If you get typically, because I'll get a little drunk on a date, so I feel comfortable. But like, dude, the person that I am after 2 beers, who the fuck wants to do anything with
You
that?
get very drunk off 2 beers.
I get very because I never drink,
Yeah.
and then I just do silly ass things, dude. I do silly ass things on dates. I do I don't even want to talk about the shit that I have. Like,
Give me a light one.
No, I'm
Come
not
on.
giving you any. One time. No, it's bad, dude. It's bad.
You look kind of excited to tell me though.
No, this is when I'm so embarrassed that I just start smiling.
All right, let me try to think of one. Maybe I'll lure you in with my honesty.
I know that when I was a younger man, I would just be like, do you want to hear me sing?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not good, dude.
Damn.
But then, like, I don't know. But that, I mean, the date that I'm thinking of where I did that ended up being a good date. I dated that girl.
do you like know if a date's going well or not?
Yes.
never know.
Oh, that's bad.
Like many times, not that I've gotten laid like an incredible amount of times, but like I'd say at least half the times I've like gotten laid on a first date, I was convinced I was tanking it like until it was happening.
Yeah.
Or
don't
like
know
I'm
that
just
feeling.
like complete Hail Mary, like, you want to go back to my place? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, all right.
Yeah. I think for a long time.
And by the way, they hate when I say that to them afterwards.
Yeah.
When like we're laying there and I'm like, wow, to be honest, I thought you hated me.
Yeah. Why did this happen? Yeah.
And the answer is because they left their house planning on fucking whoever showed up to that date.
Yeah, dude, I only recently understood. I don't dress great, but I used to dress so much worse. I didn't
Both, yeah, that's all true.
all true. I used to dress. You know what's crazy? When I think about how badly I dressed, and that was in the time of my life when I was having the most sex with probably like the best looking girls, I'm like, should I go back to doing that? Is that like, was I projecting
What were you
something?
wearing?
Dude, I literally like Eric Glazer had to call me out one day because we were in. I would wear these non. Have you seen the kind of black shoes that Isaac wears?
Yeah.
The big ones. Those you're supposed to wear those when you work in a kitchen when you're in it because they're like non-slip or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I had my long ass hair, my like shaggy bowl cut.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wearing like my beat up slip shoes,
Like your server shoes.
my server shoes with like socks, white socks rolled up. Cargo shorts and like a purple tee. And I was walking around the Inner Harbor like that, and Eric Glazer
Yeah,
was.
if I remember correctly, these T-shirts were too big.
I would wear t-shirts that were way too big.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forget what we were doing, but I was like, we were in the Inner Harbor, and there were some girls that passed by, and I was like, oh, they were cute. Should I go talk to them? He's like, you want to talk to them while you look like this? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you look like you're autistic. He goes, you have these big stupid shoes on, socks all the way up, just shorts that have like 8 giant pockets hanging off the side. I was like, oh, I didn't know that this looked bad. Damn. So bad, dude.
Just like an AJ Soprano outfit.
Worse than that.
Damn, that is pretty bad. I've had so many different bad looks. Like,
Yeah.
I completely changed course every
You at
like
least
2
were making choices.
Yeah, I was making choice. Well, not initially. I mean, I remember in high school, like, for some reason, my parents would not accept that I was a small. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm a small, so they'd make me wear mediums, and then so then when I
that's hilarious.
eventually like had a car and I could buy my own clothes, I went like full like 2009 hipster where it's like skinny jeans, like Vans slip-ons,
Mhm.
like a too tight threadless t-shirt,
Nice.
like bad plastic glasses. And then I started just like I started being like a patches and pins on a jean jacket guy, but I don't like anything cool.
Yeah.
So it would just be like at one point I had like a patch of like Lenny Bruce.
Oh.
Like, doesn't that say?
Oh my god, dude.
I remember one time I guess I said this when I was drunk, and my friend Brian just made it for me. I was joking around about, like, if I had a back patch of just a cast photo from Cheers.
Oh.
My friend Brian just, like, gave it to me next time I came over.
It's not cool to wear a punk jacket and just populate it with like Nick at Night like personalities.
I know.
You just have like the Cosby Show logo like on your fucking shoulder.
I mean, that would be cool now.
That would be sick now.
That would be fucking... Yeah. Do they sell, like, Cosby Show merch? Like, are there, like, T-shirts?
Probably very, very cheaply.
Yeah.
You can probably get that in bulk, honestly.
Mhm.
Something crazy just happened.
That's what
with them.
that's what the Coward Hour merch is gonna be. Is it's gonna be like a Cosby Show T-shirt that we cross out in like a paint marker, and then write Coward Hour. Like,
amazing. That we could save ourselves money if we just ordered a bunch of like because
Yeah, 'cause
Cosby
they'd
Show
be like,
T-shirts.
these are cheaper than blank tees.
Yeah, you can have a fuckload of these for like 25 cents, and you just like screen print over. That would be expensive art, just like screen printing over them by hand.
This is a good bit.
No, I mean this is a great marketing idea. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Hell
you-
yeah.
did
Yeah,
you-
we should get like we should do it like streetwear style where like it's just kind of vaguely crossed out and then it says Coward Hour down like the one sleeve.
So sick. I love that.
And then the other side is like Japanese. No, we want to go full school shooter aesthetic.
Man, if a kid shot up a school where I shouldn't say that. I don't want to give anybody any ideas.
Yeah, we should.
If a kid, it would
We
be
should break
amazing
character a second.
if a kid shot up a school and right before, like, as the cops are like closing in on him, right before he turns the gun on himself, is like, listen to Coward Hour. Just like amazing viral marketing.
Yeah. That would break my heart if that happened. That would be terrible. We would reward them in some way if they did that, right? But
No,
they
they're
shouldn't
dead.
do it.
No, the appeal of that is like free labor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But like we'd tweet their handle or something. But they
Yeah.
shouldn't do it. No one
Yeah.
should do that.
R.I.P. Follow back Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The have you? We sent it in the group chat, right? Have you read this shit about Bill Cosby being in jail? Like, he doesn't have a doctor's outfit, so he's just like dressing up in like robes and pretending to be Dr. Huxtable and diagnosing
Yeah.
inmates.
Which like that immediately to me, I was like, that wasn't even a part of the show.
Yeah, he was an OBGYN. He literally just like delivered babies.
That'd be sick. If
I mean, I guess you would
He's
know-
throwing up like murderers in stirrups and diagnosing their pussy.
That'd be hilarious. Well, apparently he's been diagnosing them for like he diagnosed one guy. He's like, you're obese, which is just like
Which is bold.
that's a good way to get like stabbed in the shower. But I want to know, why are so like he's doing it in his cell apparently. So like the guards are like bringing people to him. So like,
He's so charismatic.
is he winning them over?
Yeah. Damn. He's gonna. It's like gonna be like the Kingpin in Daredevil season 3.
Yeah. How long is he in
Or-
for?
Cosby.
Yeah, it's like 3 years or something crazy. It's not that long, right? Is it?
I mean, it effectively it's probably life. I mean, I can't imagine he's gonna like get out. Like is he gonna live 3 years?
How? Yeah, he's in his. People live a long time now, and he's had the benefits of like
Money.
rich ass modern medicine his whole life. He's blonde. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was only something like 3 years.
I think it is. Yeah.
He's like a third of the way done. How long has he been in there at this point?
Damn. You're right. And doesn't like when you doesn't like you go. No, because he wasn't in jail. He was bailed out during the hearing.
Okay, but it's still. But he's still like he's made like. Here's all I'm saying. It's gonna be amazing when he gets out and starts doing shows again, and people fucking show up. There
Christ,
will be people
yeah, I
who
mean-
show up.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to that. Like I would see Louis now, but I would not.
No, I wouldn't go to COD. No, but like it's.
But yeah, I mean, people will.
It's gonna be like just hordes of hoteps who are just like the people who thought that he got framed for trying to buy NBC.
Yeah, I mean, he performed in Philly like a month before he went in.
I saw him at the U.S. Naval Academy when I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah, I mean, but he
Oh, he performed like a month. Oh yeah.
yeah, it was.
I
like,
was gonna say he was good.
It was like a year after the accusations. Like the like it was in between dates of the trial, and he just like did a surprise show at this this jazz club. I remember watching the news because we had the news on in school, and like they show this lady who's like, he's a rapist, he should be in jail, he shouldn't be allowed to perform, and then they interview him, and clearly he had like said something off mic that's making the reporter laugh. So they're like, all right, and now what do you say to people who say that you're a rapist and you shouldn't perform? And then he just went like, like he just like suddenly like frowned darkly, and then it cut away.
there was some NPR. I think it was NPR. I forget what it was on, but they were doing like. They like ambushed him. It was after the accusations where like they were interviewing about his comedy. I think it was after Far From Finished had come out. And so they get to their like talk. It's about comedy, and then they get to the tail end of the interview, and he's like, "What do you have to say about all these allegations?" He goes, "No. Liz, we don't talk about it. Shh, we don't because we can't give these people. No, we don't talk about that." It's like very. I don't know why it's funny, but it was making me laugh so hard watching Bill Cosby just politely sidestep.
Yeah, because like it was only towards the end of the trial that he would like publicly get mad.
It's so funny for someone if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey Nick, what about all of the like just like at a dinner party that I'm having," and someone's like, "Hey Nick, what about all those rape accusations?" So I'm like, "Hey, come on, don't be rude. I gave you wine and cheeses. We don't talk about that."
What is this party? Who's
I
partying?
don't know. I have a lot of fantasies where I throw
So this is-
Frasier-esque parties.
This is both a fictional scenario where you rape.
And I'm
We should
very
be clear about that
successful.
part.
Well,
And
they
you're
go,
like a rich eccentric with like a manner.
yeah, I rape, but I'm like nuanced. I'm like a socialite.
You rape, but then also you stand up from the table, like hitting a fork against your glass, and you're like, now someone in this table has already committed murder.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm imagining a party. You know those parties where like the people are so rich that like the entire party is quieter than like a conversation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you know what I mean? Where there's like jazz and like you hear like you hear glasses clinking over people's voices.
Yeah.
Like I'm imagining in like some house in the hills where like the whole wall is like a fucking window just overlooking.
Mhm.
Then someone comes. Yeah. Anyway,
You
that's-
bring everybody into like a chamber that is just a painting of like a boy's asshole or something.
Yeah.
Just like wild rich guy shit.
Yeah, I have a giant painting of a boy's asshole, and someone's like, "Hey Nick, what about all those?" I'm like, "Why are you bringing that up? What made you think about that?" Anyway, have I shown you my
All right,
all my
movie-
modern art?
Movie pitch. Horny Clue.
Horny Clue would be nice, dude.
It'd be a good film.
Yeah, what would happen in Horny Clue?
Well, it's like it's Clue, but it's also like a baughty sex comedy.
Right? Is it you trying to figure out who's horny?
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
there's
who's
gonna
hard.
be a dead. It's like I think that you're just like they're in the room. They're like someone here is horny. Like it's Mr. Plum. He's
jacking off.
he's jacking off right there. Can we go home?
Yeah, but-
I figured it out.
But then it was a red herring because he pulls his pants down and he has no cock.
Right, it's just like what? Like he's got like a fake dildo in there. It's like, yeah. I'll tell you what, that's true. If a woman was horny,
It'd be
there's
a
no
big
way
twist.
to know.
Yeah.
There's no way to know when a woman's
I mean-
horny.
Like different theaters get different prints, so
Oh, I forgot they did that. I remember my.
it makes watching it for the first time at home irritating.
Do they automatically play all the ending? Because I remember
They play them all in a row.
Yeah, I remember. I saw it that way at my friend's house, but I thought that was like an option. I didn't
I
realize that
don't
they
know.
just automatically played them all.
There's certain media that like I watched it in some Tinder girl's house, so like I went into it in a sour mood.
Dude, that's
to be
weird.
fair.
Normally, it's the boy who does that to the. Normally, the boy is like, "Let me force you to watch my favorite movie."
No, this girl would like I would come over and like she would put on just like the most baffling media. Like I remember she was just like, "Hey, can I put on my favorite album?" And I'm like, "Okay," figuring it's going to be like I don't know, figuring it was going to be some like Zach Braff like this band will change your life moment
Right.
thing. And she puts on it was a free promotional Halloween themed
Oh yeah.
compilation she got out of a cereal box. It was like a Frankenberry Presents, and then like all the songs were from FX Kids shows.
Oh yeah.
So she puts it on, and it's like, ooh, spooky, scary. Like it's just
That's your favorite album?
yeah, it was her favorite
Dude,
album,
that-
and we just sat there and we listened to it. I look. There's something about me that is very attractive to autistic women, and the thing about autistic women is there's no stereotypes about them, so you're not you can't really.
That's not
Smell
autism.
'em.
There's something
Smell
about
'em
that
out.
that's like pretentious. Like that's like you ever seen like Pitchfork does that thing where it's like they do like the 5, 15, like records that were important to you.
Yeah,
at, like
yeah.
5, 15, and 20. And like there's always some asshole on like they interview like Win Butler and he's like actually the most important record to me in my 20s was a sound effects record that I found. And it's like shut up.
Yeah,
That's not true.
but that is not what this girl was doing.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like that would be like a weird, just like actually my favorite CD is like it's weird. It's kind of esoteric. It was like a promotional thing for a cereal. Like I could
Yeah.
see myself doing that.
No, I could definitely see that as like a manic pixie dream girl thing. But no, this girl, she would just be like, "Hey, can we listen to the Men in Black theme real quick?" It's just like it's one of my favorite songs. I really like it.
So she was just getting music like from movies for children. Basically, that's like that's where she got all of her.
Ah,
Taste
fuck!
from-
I just realized that probably
You just realized that she was a child. You were dating an 11-year-old girl.
no, that's not what I realized. No, this girl was of age,
Nice.
well of age, you know, like a full adult and stuff.
I hope she was 40 years old.
Yeah, she was 55 years
She's
old.
50. Can I play
Yeah, you know, she was Yeah, she was a 60-year-old woman. She was working at Ralph's. Actually, she was bagging the groceries. and
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know why. No, but- no, I was gonna say probably her taste in media solidified when something terrible happened to her.
Oh,
I would imagine.
what do you mean?
I don't know, just like certain people, when they act kind of kooky, you're like, there's probably something happened,
You think that someone just like beat the shit out of her while she was watching Men in Black?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know this girl that well. Just
That's a wild
Isn't that
theory.
a thing that if when something dark happens to you in your childhood, then you're just like, yeah, I love Pokemon or
oh, I thought you were saying that something dark happened to her while she was consuming. That's what you're saying.
oh maybe.
I think you don't watch that. I think when something bad happens to you when you're watching Pokemon, people are like, "Don't you love Pokemon?" You're like, "No, I don't love Pokemon."
I don't know.
I mean, it's a
Well,
curious theory.
Yeah.
Did we hit an hour?
We got 5 minutes.
Okay, well, we're not. You seem like you were bailing out. I'm like, we're not fucking. You haven't said anything bad.
All right.
You're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Thank you. The problem is I can't tell anymore because I don't have anxiety.
I know. Well, Brandon, that looked like a lot of anxiety. I'm gonna be honest.
It wasn't anxiety. It was just sort of calculated. Like, should I be saying this?
I feel like you must. Do you feel like you're like somebody piloting a Gundam, basically, where like you are like inside your head, like you're like removed from like. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It makes too much sense.
Ah, there
That makes
you
a
go,
lot of
dude.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like you are Brendan, but like you're more than ever like you're your brain like controlling the
Mhm.
body that is Brendan.
Yeah. Going back to Men in Black, if you open me up,
Right.
there's going to be a little me inside at the controls.
Is that in Men in Black also?
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah.
know it's in Meet Dave. There's lots of great movies that are about aliens.
About little men inside heads.
Yeah, that's honestly like still basically my understanding of like my organs.
Mm-hmm. Just
like-
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, osmosis, John. Like I think that like or like in health class when it's like your stomach talks to your brain, and it's like I still think of it. I think of like my stomach like clocking in, and like there's like a whole world going on.
I would
very
love to see
stupid.
your inside out like how your emotions are controlled.
Oh, they would just be fighting with each other.
It would just be like, no, there's just one in there named Power.
Yeah, like bad things happening. He's like, who cares? This is not a problem. Stop
the Earth
whining.
is dying.
Yeah, who gives a shit? That is honestly my
Call their brain fragile. That's your like big debate tactic. It's just like retard, and then you say their name.
That's
Your brain is so flimsy.
How are you gonna beat that, dude? How do you and like? What is your argument against that?
It's tough.
Because all you have to be is like, because the only thing you can say to come back without getting off topic is my brain is not flimsy.
Yeah, you
And
have to be like, my brain is strong, and then you're arguing such a strange point. You're so out of you're just floating out to sea at that point.
Yeah, dude,
There's no getting back to.
I've already
Sure.
weakened you by engaging in me. That's my kill stroke. I
It's
have you
true.
in check.
Yeah, you are very difficult to debate with.
Yeah, because I don't listen to anything that you say.
Yeah.
There's no.
I rarely, anytime we argue, I rarely am like Nick was right, but usually I'm like Nick won.
I know.
I'm like, wow, he really willfully twisted around and misunderstood my entire point.
Which is what they teach you like in debate. It's like when you take debate, it's like it doesn't matter who is right. It's about like trapping your opponent. Which also I don't do that right either. I just wear people out.
Yeah, there's never like a checkmate. It's just like eventually it's like, man, I want to leave. This sucks.
But I walk away. See, you walk away feeling drained, and I walk away feeling like, yep, my world wasn't shaken, and that I'm firm in all my morals and beliefs.
Damn, you're gonna be such a good pundit.
Dude, put me in charge of anything,
Mhm.
and I'll get things done.
Yeah.
I think I
There
might.
should be like some sort of millennial version of like not Fox News. We're not like that, but like
Yeah.
not like there should be because I mean, isn't comedy's getting to the point where it's just like dumb opinion bullshit?
Yeah.
There should be some sort of like talking head show where like we're all on a grid arguing about Nanette or something.
Something like I mean, should there be that though? I feel like that might just suck.
I mean, it would suck, but I think people would watch it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Because I mean, like, doesn't like Hasan Minhaj has a show right now, and it's Michelle Wolf's show, but they were like, what if there were less jokes?
Is that I haven't watched it at
I'd
all.
imagine. I mean, I haven't watched either show. I'm a complete bullshitter, but
I heard Michelle Wolf's show was like all right. I don't think I hate Michelle Wolf. I feel like
no,
she's actually
Michelle Wolf's really funny.
like pretty good at comedy.
Yeah. Her HBO special is great.
I haven't watched Hasan Minhaj's. It's weird that like people like we keep like is Hari Kondabolu funny at all? Like it's weird to call yourself a comic when like there are no. And I'm not saying like you can't do this.
I
right?
heard a funny story about him in Philly.
Oh yeah.
There's this bad comedian in Philly who did really like woke, pandery, like liberal comedy, and he got to open for Hari Kondabolu at Helium, and apparently, and this was like a big deal because I guess Hari was like one of his favorite comedians. He wasn't really passed at the club, but he like begged really hard to like get one shot at this weekend, and he does the Thursday early show. And Hari Kondabolu just like goes to the manager and he's like, "Yeah, can you have the opener not do anything political for the rest of the weekend?" And it was in his entire act.
Wow.
So he had to write a whole new 5 of like not doing woke bullshit. And just
What do you? Who? Why does he care? I don't,
Yeah.
dude. I literally don't understand headliners who give a shit. I mean, like if you work clean and stuff like that, or like if you have a bit that is similar to a headliner's,
Mhm.
like you cover the same topic. I understand being like, hey, I like my shows are clean. That's what the people who come after me want to see. Or like, hey, like don't if this premise is similar. But for the most part, like literally, it doesn't matter what the opener is saying or the host or anything. Like they're just there to transition people, right? So what
yeah,
do you
I get that, but like I can see how like if someone does like a bunch of fat jokes, they don't want like another guy doing like a fat joke comic opening.
for like John Panetta or Ralphie,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
people who you can't open for anymore because you're dead.
Yeah,
but
those shoes really haven't been filled. Who are the up and coming fat guy comics?
Who only talk? But the thing is, like, who like? Well,
Yeah.
Ralphie May didn't only talk about food, but
John Bennett only talked about I'm fat. I'm a big piece of shit.
you know what's crazy about John Panetta?
What?
That it because like before you listen to him, like you do kind of put him in that box of like only talk. He's really funny. He's really good at comedy. He's like insanely good at comedy.
Damn.
I love John Panetta.
I'll have to check him out.
R.I.P. Big Johnny.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't. It's like, what do you give a fuck? The audience isn't even gonna remember the opener.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't know. I mean, I've never headlined. I have no idea how it affects my set.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what it's like to headline for, 50, 60 people in a bar when you go back home to your hometown?
See, you started that riff as an actual shitty comment,
No, it
and
was-
then you like tried to make it more ironic.
Oh,
as
that's
it went.
that's not true. That's not true. No, that was silly from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would tell Brandon if I was being shitty to you, I would just be shitty to you.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
All right, that's an hour.
Okay. Good way to end the episode.
Baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up portfolio showing growth. Fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self suck. Oh fuck, I busted already. I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady. Now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right.